In this video, I will explain how to find the relative strength stocks. So if you are using the Think or Swim, you can scan them. So for example, if you see here, I have the relative strength by date, and I'm going to anchor from the 6th December. Why? Because this is the top, 6th December, see here, 6th December. So actually we are down, like SPX is down 3.43%. So we are going to scan all those stocks which are greater than this number. So it means they are outperforming. Even 3 point this is a 3 minus 3.43%. Even a stock is minus 3.40%. We will still say that it is outperforming, but of course it's not strong, and but outperforming is still outperforming. So if we scan the stocks, currently we have 633 stocks which are outperforming the S&P 500, and if I sort them relative strength by date, we can check. So from here, this is the anchored point, and we want to see the stocks, rather than to fall with the market, we want the stocks to advance, or at least a little bit sideways and then blast. And that's why we use the relative strength, because we want to see the stocks stronger than the market. If you see the first one, we have QURE. So from where it is advancing, so 12.6 is here, from here. So from here to here, you see it's 137% advanced, 137% advanced versus SPX minus 3.43%. So this stock is very strong. So the very strong stocks, usually it's very unlikely they pull back to the 21. Even if they are pulling back to the 8 on the lower time frame, we can find the entry. And then we have the RCAT. Let me put the indicator here to comparison line. Okay, this indicator is telling us that, you see that this is starting from the 12.6 to current price. So actually S&P 500 from here, it's just falling, but you see this stock is advancing. So this stock is showing the relative strength. So at some point this stock was showing 38% relative strength, and then you see that if a stock is showing 38% relative strength against the overall market, then the pullback on the 21, if we buy on the lower time frame confirmation, this is 60% up in just 7 days. So this is how we can find the relative strength stocks which are the stronger than the market. Look here, when the market was down, this stock was what? Just flat, and then just gapped up. Of course it's difficult for me to involve into this price, I will avoid. And then we have LUNR. If you see here, this stock at some point, this stock was 20% stronger than the market, and then a pullback on the 21 EMA. If we find the confirmation entry, this stock is up 44%. And then we have the Brina Technologies. Okay, this is the aerospace defense stock. Okay, so from the day one, it's just advancing versus the S&P 500. But I don't see anything to get involved into this stock. But anyways, it's just strong. This stock AEHR, look, this is the first pullback. So this stock was strong like 33% against the market, and then pull back to the 21, and then the confirmation we have 21%. This stock is already very strong, but you see that when the market was going down, this stock was sideways, and then if you entered here, then at some point you are up 66%. By the way, you see this background. This background is telling me that at which point we got the relative strength against the market. From here we don't have the relative strength, but this is the first time, this bar, when we got the relative strength, and until now we have the relative strength against the market, minus 3% versus 32%. So just like we have LUNR, you see that this is the background. Let me just a little bit background more bright. So you can see more clearly. So you see that this is the first day from here when the stock showed the relative strength, and this pullback is within the relative strength against the market, and until now this stock is showing the relative strength because this background, this is also anchored at the same point 12.6 from here, 12.6, and this is also 12.6, this is scan. So everything is anchored at the same point. So this is the first day when we got the relative strength. And then we have what? This stock. You see that from the 12.6, 12.9, the very next day we have the relative strength against the market. And these days, 3 days, the market was going down actually. But you see the background color, it means this stock was showing the relative strength against the market. I don't think so we can enter here because I don't find the setup here. But this is the first pullback on the 21. Here was the setup, 64%. So this is also a relative strength candidate. The next one, this is the first day of relative strength, but this is a very big bar and then all inside bars. So there is no chance to get involved into this kind of stock. AVGO, you remember this is on earnings we got the gap up, but before gap up these 2 days were showing the relative strength. These 2 days were not showing the relative strength. Why? Because this is where the S&P 500 topped, and then S&P was going down. These 2 days the Broadcom was also going down, but then third day maybe again S&P was going down or sideways, S&P 500, but this gapped up, and then 2 days, you see the background, 2 days, and then we gapped higher and here. But I'm not in this stock. I was watching this one, but I never found any opportunity to get involved into this stock. This is a kind of a sloppy stock. How about this one? From here, this is the first day when we have the relative strength, 2 days, 3 days, and then we missed the relative strength, and then we gapped higher, and the market is the stock is showing the relative strength, but there is no entry point yet. So we have a 633 stocks. The point is, of course, it is very difficult to find the entries in every stock. We will find maybe 5, 6, 7 stocks, the quality stocks, which we can find the entries. And entry is like this one. So for example, we say here, you see that where is the entry? The entry is the market showed the relative strength and first pull back to the 21. From here we can enter on the lower time frame. So this is this kind of stocks I'm looking for. We can check some more. Look here, the same one, right? So this is the first day we got the relative strength. Then we have the continuously relative strength. Look here, we got 22% relative strength against the market when the market was down. But this is the number is until today. But uh, when the market was here, this number will be somewhere here, S&P 500. So we got the first pullback, and then here is the entry, and we are up 20% in just 9 days. And this is also the relative strength stock, and this is not the sloppy stock. You see that it is beautifully pull back to the 50, pull back to the 21, pull back to the 21, and this is not the sloppy stock. This looks good. This stock, I was looking at this stock, but I never got involved. I was looking at the stock into this area, but I never found any entry, and then we just lost the relative strength, and then we kept higher, and no entry for me. This is the sloppy stock. This is below the 200. I don't like those stocks which are below the 200. I'm looking for the stocks that are within 10% of 52-week high. So this is the first day we got the relative strength, but no entry. This stock, look here, this is the 12.6. This stock was going down with the market, but then this stock just woke up, because I will not enter here, because this stock is also going down with the market. We don't have the relative strength, but this is the first day when we got the relative strength. So from here to here, it's a 56% move. This is a below 200, not interested. Look at this stock. From here, we lost the relative strength. Then we have the relative strength, first pull back to the 21, but we lost the relative strength again. But once we bounced, we got back into the relative strength, and then this stock is up 15% in 7 days. these are all sloppy stocks, and I will not buy. I was looking at this stock AS, and basically this is the textile, and this is the only industry at this moment which is strong. All industries, uh, they are just I think below 50, even 50 moving average. This is the only industry which is strong at this moment. I was looking at this stock, but unfortunately I couldn't find the entry. But you see that this is where the relative strength started, and then until now this stock has the relative strength. This stock I was looking at, but I saw that this stock was looking sloppy to me. So that's why I never entered. Even this stock has the relative strength. You see that this number basically is telling you that 10%, 9.8%. So this is telling that this number, that how much the stock is showing the relative strength against the market. So you see that this is 10%, and now we have the 9.8%. You see 9.8%. So I can see actually all numbers here. As the numbers are going lower, I'm not interested actually, because I still think that like the 3% up versus 3% down, I don't think so. It has a huge relative strength. So you see that this number is 633, but in reality only maybe 20 30 stocks on the upper side from here to, let's say, top 10%. uh, these are the stocks only. So these are maybe 20 stocks or 20 or 30 stocks uh, which are showing the real relative strength against the market. So I find the candidates over here, and I check this scan when the market is down actually, like here, from here to here. You see that I find the stocks into this area. So for example, look here. Let's say we have, this is the down period from 1017 to here. Okay, so let's say, okay, from 1017 to 11:04. Oh, what's happened here? So in this area I found the stocks, that which stocks were showing the relative strength. So for example, if I go here and I say that show me the relative strength from 1017 to 11:04. To 11:04. Okay, I want to see the relative strength between these dates. I hope so if it can show me. and we can check in the top, maybe in S&P 500, or we can check here. Look here. We can check that during this period which stocks were showing the relative strength, and then we can sort them out. So you see that this stock was showing 20%, 15%, 12%. Let's check. Look here. Now you don't need to see here because this is showing the current data. This data is from here to here. You see that during this time period, the market was going lower, but the stock was showing the relative strength. And the first pullback to the 21, and then here is the entry. You see, in 9 days only in 9 days we have 12%. And this stock is below the 200. I don't like. This stock is also very sloppy. See Tesla. So when the market was going lower, Tesla was going higher, and this was the first pullback to the 21. So from here you bought, it is 44%. Look here. This stock was showing the relative strength into this period, right? Because this stock was showing, at some point it was showing 15% relative strength, and then first pullback to the 21, and then from here it's 11% before the next pullback. And if you held, of course it's 40%, but it is very difficult to hold until here. See, this stock was showing the relative strength and the first pullback, but I will not buy because we don't have the pullback on the 21. But then the first pullback to the 21, and then we have the 10%. This is a slop, I think, low beta stock. It's only 10% in 25 days. Not a very good candidate to buy. But there was a setup. This stock was showing the relative strength, and rather we go to the 21, we just kept down. So there is no entry. Look this stock. You see, from here to here, this stock was showing the relative strength, but the best entry was here, but we never found. It's okay. So this is how you can find the relative strength stocks during the down days. You see that this area, and in this area also I found the stocks, which stocks were up or at least holding up. You can say just not going anywhere, flat, and then once the market started to resume, those stocks moved before the market. And there will be many stocks, when the market was down, those stocks will be going higher. And then of course the first pullback to the 21 is a buy. And this is also the time period when we can find the relative strength. And then once we find the relative strength into this area, this is the time to make money into those names. Once we find the relative strength into this time period, this is the time to make money. And same here. This is a very little rally, and then we got another relative strength, find the relative strength, another opportunity, and then we find the stocks here. This period is very good for me. I purchased a very nice stocks into this area, which were showing the relative strength. You see this area, and this is the time to make money. But of course, I will be not until here. I will be searching the new stocks here actually, and even here when the market was just flat, I was checking that which stocks were going higher, and everything I'm searching here. Okay, thank you.